Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading Sandrone by me. So let's get into it. You've been up for hours, dragging yourself between the desk and the kitchen, pretending that the weight in your limbs was not there, and that your throat did not feel raw. It's just a cold, you tell yourself. You've handled a lot worse. You can't afford to stop now. There's work and letters and a lot of stuff. And then there was the sound of your front door opening, cutting through the haze. You freeze. Still awake, I see. I suspected as much. You don't need to imagine her. Immaculate posture, crisp white coat over her dress, hair perfectly in place, despite the falling snow outside. You try to stand straighter, but she walks over. And then she looks at you and puts a hand to your forehead. You're feverish again. She sighs, and you groan, shaking your head. I'll be fine. I'll probably feel even better if I finish what I have to. Don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure you told me that yesterday. I'm not having more of this. Sandrone, I'm serious. It's nothing. She folds her arms. If it were truly nothing, your hands wouldn't be shaking. You glance down, and they are. And you look up, ready to argue again. But Sandrone is already moving. She reaches over and plucks the pen from your table. And you frown. Hey, Sandrone, stop that. Enough. You will rest, whether you want it or not. You try to stand, but the movement makes your head spin. The next thing you know, Sandrone's hand is on your shoulder, steady and surprisingly gentle. Come on, lay down on the couch. And you do. She says quietly, setting everything you were working on aside. You humans. You malfunction, and yet you resist repair. You have weakly. That's one way to put it. She glances at you, unimpressed. You find this amusing. Only a little bit. Her lips twitch, somewhere between irritation and amusement. Then she straightens. You watch her silently, to try to argue further. She moves with her usual precision, no wasted motion. And after a few minutes, she returns carrying a small tray. On it sits a cup of steaming tea, a bowl of soup, and a folded cloth. She kneels beside you and sets it down. Eat. You eye the tray suspiciously. Wow, you cooked. I reheated, she corrects flatly. My automaton handled the rest. You can't help a small smile. So even when you're caring for me, you're outsourcing? Her eyes narrow ever so slightly. If you're well enough to joke, you're well enough to drink your tea without complaint. You pick up the cup, wincing as the heat brushes your fingers. Yes, ma'am. She watches you take a sip, gauging your reaction. Better? It's warm. That's something. She hums, a faint sound of approval, and reaches to press the back of her hand against your forehead. The contact startles you. You're still burning up. You truly should have told me sooner. You shrug under the blanket. Well, I didn't want to bother you. You're always busy. Sandrone tilts her head. Do you think I'm too busy to care? You open your mouth to respond, then close it again. Well, I didn't know if you'd want to. She huffs. You are under my protection. When you fall ill, I will care. That is not optional. You laugh quietly. You make it sound like a contract. In a way, it could be. Her voice drops lower, quieter and warmer. You forget that I've seen machines break down from the smallest neglect. Humans are no different. You're even more fragile. You burn yourselves out until nothing remains to repair. You look at her, surprised by the emotion behind her words. You sound worried. Sandrone hesitates, the silence stretching long enough that you can hear the faint ticking of a clock somewhere behind you. And finally she says, "Perhaps I am." Her chest tightens. Not from the fever this time, but something else entirely. "Sandrone, I'll be fine. I promise." Her eyes sharpen, and she leans closer. "Then prove it. By resting." "You really won't let this go, will you?" "No, I won't." You groan dramatically and sink deeper into the couch. "Fine, I'll rest. For real this time." "Good." She straightens up, satisfied, and adjusts the blanket over your shoulder. When she's done, she puts the cloth over your forehead and moves to stand next to the window. And you drift halfway into sleep. Somewhere in the haze, you hear her humming. The melody is soft and so warm. And you murmur, your eyes still closed. "You're humming. Do you enjoy it?" "Mm-hmm. Please, continue." "Then I shall." And she goes on, humming once more. And it's much easier to fall asleep then, with her humming in the background, and the soft, warm atmosphere, and the love and care that you've been getting. And you can only wonder if you will also wake up to her voice. That was definitely an exciting thought, one that made the concept of sleep even more appealing.